Imagine a time long before the Common Era, where the bustling city-states of Canaan thrived along the eastern Mediterranean coast. Here, a pantheon of gods and goddesses reigned supreme, their stories woven into the very fabric of existence.
So, who were these divine beings?
Let's start with El, the chief deity, often depicted as a wise king and father of the gods. His consort, Asherah, was revered as the mother of all life, a symbol of fertility and wisdom.
And what about their offspring?
The divine family was vast. There was Baal, the storm god, known for his thunderous might, and Anat, the fierce warrior goddess. Their tales are not just myths but reflections of the Canaanites' understanding of nature's forces.
It sounds like they had a god for every aspect of life.
Exactly. And their stories? Full of intrigue and drama. Take Baal's epic battle with Yam, the god of the sea. It was a clash that echoed the tumultuous storms that often battered the Canaanite shores.
A divine soap opera, if you will.
Precisely. And it's through these stories that we glimpse into the Canaanites' world, their values, and their fears. Let's delve into the sacred texts and rituals that breathed life into these deities. The Canaanites left behind a treasure trove of inscriptions and tablets, giving us a peek into their spiritual world.
What kind of rituals are we talking about?
Fascinating ones. For instance, they performed elaborate ceremonies to honor the changing seasons, which they believed were orchestrated by the gods themselves.
A way to stay in their good graces, I assume?
Precisely. They also had rituals for birth, marriage, and even death, each designed to ensure divine favor and a harmonious life.
And the texts? Do they tell us more about these gods?
Oh, yes. The texts are rich with hymns, prayers, and even epic narratives. They speak of a world where humans and gods were in constant dialogue, each influencing the other's fate.
Sounds like a two-way street.
Indeed, it was. The Canaanites didn't just passively worship. They actively engaged with their gods, seeking guidance and intervention. Moving on, let's explore the grand temples and the enigmatic priests who served as the bridge between the mortal world and the divine.
Temples, you say? Tell me more.
These were not just buildings. They were the beating heart of Canaanite cities. Each city had its own patron deity, and their temple stood as a testament to their power and presence.
Sounds majestic.
Oh, it was. And the priests? They were the chosen few privy to sacred knowledge and rituals. They deciphered omens, conducted sacrifices, and even advised kings.
Quite the influencers of their time.
Indeed, their influence extended beyond the temple walls. They played a crucial role in politics and society, often swaying the decisions of the ruling class.
So, a bit like ancient lobbyists?
You could say that, but remember, they were also scholars, preserving and passing down the myths and legends that shaped Canaanite culture. As we journey deeper, let's turn to the mythical tales that have echoed through time, tales that have outlived the Canaanites themselves.
I'm all ears for a good story.
Picture this, the tale of the god Mo, the embodiment of death, who challenges the vitality of Baal. Their struggle represents the cycle of the seasons, from the death of winter to the rebirth of spring.
A timeless narrative of life and death.
Exactly. And there's the legend of the goddess Anat, who, in her quest to protect her brother Baal, ventures into the underworld. It's a story of loyalty and the lengths one would go for family.
Powerful themes that still resonate today.
Indeed, they do. These stories were not just entertainment. They were lessons in courage, devotion, and the natural order of the world.
Kind of like the ancient version of binge-worthy TV series.
You could say that, but unlike today's shows, these myths carried the weight of divine authority and moral guidance. As all civilizations do, Canaan too faced its decline, but the legacy of its religion and culture left an indelible mark on history.
What led to their decline?
Multiple factors: invasions, internal strife, and the rise of new powers. Yet, through the ashes of Canaan, new cultures absorbed and transformed their deities and myths.
So, they didn't just disappear, they evolved?
Precisely. The Canaanite gods found new life in the pantheons of neighboring civilizations. El became Elion, Baal influenced the Greek god Zeus, and Anat's attributes lived on in Athena.
A cultural metamorphosis, then.
Indeed. And it's not just the gods. Canaanite alphabets laid the foundation for many scripts we use today. Their influence is subtle but profound.
The echoes of Canaan are all around us.
Yes, in ways we might never fully realize. Their stories, their beliefs, and their legacy continue to shape our world. As we conclude our journey, let's reflect on how the ancient Canaanite religion still influences modern beliefs and practices.
In what ways do we see their influence today?
You'd be surprised. Many of the Canaanite religious practices, like the concept of a divine assembly and sacred spaces, have parallels in contemporary religions.
So, they laid the groundwork for future faiths?
Exactly. Their myths and deities, though transformed over the millennia, continue to inspire modern storytelling and even some religious narratives.
It's like they planted seeds that have grown into a vast forest of spirituality.
Beautifully put. And it's not just in spirituality. The Canaanites' pioneering alphabet was a precursor to many writing systems, including the Latin script we use today.
So, every time I write, a piece of Canaan lives on?
In a way, yes. Their legacy is etched into history, influencing us in ways we might never fully comprehend.
It's incredible how the past still shapes our present.
It is, and as we continue to explore and understand ancient cultures like the Canaanites, we gain a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of human civilization.